The government today announced a special session of Parliament. It's going to take place over 5 days between the 18th and 22nd of September. The centre says that this is a session for Amrit Kal, but the Congress has dubbed it nothing more than a diversion from fresh graft allegations that they are levelling at the Modi Sarkar. In fact, leading the charge on this latest attack was Rahul Gandhi himself. Today, from the Team India platform, the Congress MP quoted two publications to allege that the Adani Group manipulated the market by getting their own people to buy their own shares. To put it simply, here is what the Congress is saying. They are saying that the Adani Group secretly invested hundreds and millions of dollars into the Indian stock market to buy their own shares. They were manipulating the market. And because the group's promoter is allegedly close to the Prime Minister, hence, according to the Congress, the Prime Minister himself is somehow related to this supposed scam. So first they say there is a scam. Second, they say the Adani Group is carrying out the scam. Third, they are saying the Prime Minister, by virtue of closeness to promoter, is also linked to the scam. Now, let's be clear about two things. These allegations have two parts. The first is the financial part. Is there any scam to begin with? Or is it again what we saw today in Guardian and Financial Times and what was quoted by the Congress? Is it again a series of insinuations and suppositions? The second part of this attack is political. What exactly is the basis of linking these charges to the Prime Minister? Even if hypothetically there is a graft or manipulation, what is the evidence that the Prime Minister had any knowledge of what was happening, leave alone participating in it? Questions that today didn't really find any answers from Rahul Gandhi.
Just before, leaders of the G20 are coming here, are going to be our guests, and they're going to be asking the question, what is this special company, this company that is owned by a gentleman close to the Prime Minister? Why is it that in an economy like India, this gentleman is being given a free ride? It is pretty clear that no investigation took place, and the only reason no investigation took place is because the Prime Minister didn't want an investigation to take place. Mr. Adani cannot stop an investigation. The Prime Minister can. At the very least, a JPC should be allowed, and a thorough investigation should take place. I don't understand why the Prime Minister is not forcing an investigation. So this is raising a very serious question on the Indian Prime Minister.
Now, the Adani Group has dismissed the allegations as recycled and a hit job by quote-unquote Soros-funded interests. The more interesting thing to watch will be the political fallout. Rahul Gandhi has made these allegations. The Congress has backed him up. But will the rest of the alliance, will all of Team India also unite behind these charges?
कंपनी ने ऑलरेडी खारिज कर दिया है. मैं कंपनी के बारे में, कंपनी से रिलेटेड चीज यहां पे इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कोई एड्रेस नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन जो एजेंसीज हैं, जो इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं जो डील करती हैं ऐसे आरोपों को, वो अपना काम करेंगे. इतना जरूर कहूंगा कि कुछ ताकतें ऐसी हैं, जॉर्ज सोरोस जैसे लोग, ऐसे बहुत सारी ताकतें हैं और दुनिया में जो एक बहुत मजबूत देश जो मजबूत बन रहा है, एक सॉफ्ट नेशन होता था, एक स्ट्रांग नेशन की तरह जो भारत उभर के आया है, तो कई लोगों को आंखों में खटकता है, ये मैं जरूर कह सकता हूं.
वो जानते हैं, लेकिन लोगों को डिस्ट्रैक्ट करना चाहते हैं. वो जानते हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट इस मामले में डील कर रहा है, इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रहा है, उसने एक कमेटी अपॉइंट किया है. तो अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट के डिसीजन भी उनको वेट करने के लिए पेशेंस नहीं है और वो अपना चलाना चाहते हैं, जो भी मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन वो चलाएं, लेकिन बाकी दुनिया को और देश को तो पता ही है कि ये मैटर सुप्रीम कोर्ट में है और सुप्रीम कोर्ट इसकी जांच कर रहा है.
Because remember, if this is the poll plank of Team India against the Modi government, then each one of its constituents will be hard-pressed to explain their links to the same businessman. Remember, what is their allegation? That One, a scam has happened, and two, it's happened at the instance of the Prime Minister because of the links of the two. Then what about their own links? From the 65,000 crore proposed investment in Rajasthan, to mining projects in Chhattisgarh, to a port in Kerala, and the $3 billion investment in West Bengal. Not to forget that earlier in April, when the same charges were levelled against the Adani Group, it is one of the senior most members of Team India, Sharad Pawar himself, who said that the campaign against the Adani Group is sheer targeting and a JPC against it would be completely pointless. In fact, he went a step further to question the very credentials and motivation of Hindenburg, the group that in April who had made the charges against the business house. At that time, Congress again asked for a JPC. Sharad Pawar said, what's the point? The question then is this really the best common plank on which the opposition thinks it can take on the Modi government? Or is it going to be a rerun of the exact same Chowkidar Chor hai kind of campaign that the Congress had led against the Modi Sarkar in 2019? Is it going to then meet the same fate? Joining us on the debate, we have Tushar Gupta, senior editor of Swarajya, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, Dr. Sunil Singh, spokesperson of the JDU, Sanjay Jha, author, Vinod Agnihotri, senior journalist, and Dr. Riju Datta, spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress. I want to first start by asking you, Sanjay Jha, do you think all of Team India agrees with this plank? Is this going to unite all members of Team India or actually end up dividing them further?
Padmaja, I was assuming that on a matter of serious corruption, it's not just the opposition, everybody on the panel should be on the same page, right? Just like the way we were in the allegations on the UPA that were made by the BJP. Everyone is a stakeholder in India's future, not just Narendra Modi. The Modi and the BJP will come and go. India is forever. Let's try and understand that. The allegations on the Adani favoritism, or what I would call as a blatant crony capitalism, is out there in the open for a long time. Today's report, Padmaja, I have been a banker, so I can tell you I've read the report, the extent which is out in the public domain, further confirms that what Hindenburg said is correct. The right-wingers on the show will keep talking about George Soros, etc. Let's get real here. The truth is that the DRI told SEBI in 2014, investigate Adani. There are serious charges here of his brother holding, overseas tax havens through which they are manipulating the stock price of Adani here. That is not allowed. Let me give you one example, Padmaja. Today, as an individual depositor or an investor, you, Anand Ranganathan, Tushar Gupta, me, if we were to open a bank account or invest in a company, they will ask us for a KYC, know your customer. You have to make disclosures. Here, Adani is allowing his stock price to be purchased by certain very dubious tax haven registered companies owned by the allegations today by his own brother, which have resulted in a high stock price. Based on the high stock price, Mr. Adani raises debt, and further there is a fuel, kind of growth happening in his stocks. It is basically what I would call as blatant corruption. Why did the
You said, I will just pick on one thing that you said. You said these charges have been made for a very long time, yes, and are known to all for the last 1 decade. But the same group, after the same charges, has got a clean chit from SEBI and from the Supreme Court. Then either you are saying, like the right-wingers, SEBI and the court is also right-wing or compromised?
Padmaja, here, let me tell you. It's on record today. There is documentary evidence that the DRI head told the SEBI to investigate. Modi becomes prime minister and there is no further investigation. I think it is hardly a matter of speculation. Everyone knows how Adani has grown since Modi became prime minister. Look at the growth in his stocks. Look at the
maybe that growth is on the back of the fabulous projects that he has been awarded with in Kerala, in Rajasthan, in Himachal Pradesh, in Chhattisgarh, in West Bengal. भाई पैसा तो पैसा होता है ना, पैसा तो यूपी से आए भी पैसा होता है, पैसा अगर बंगाल से भी आए तो पैसा होता है, जा तो वो एक ही अकाउंट में रहा है ना।
मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ आपको, आप सुन लीजिए। जहां तक राजस्थान में हो या किसी भी राज्य में जो भी जहां पर अदानी जी ने इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है उस पर कोई सरकार ने कुछ कहा है? कांग्रेस के सरकार ने कुछ कहा है?
भाई ऑब्वियसली नहीं कहेंगे. व्हाट डू यू एक्सपेक्ट? व्हाट डू यू एक्सपेक्ट? राहुल गांधी विल से कि राजस्थान की सरकार चोर है. व्हाट डू यू थिंक ही वाज गोइंग टू से?
सुनिए, आप मेरी बात तो सुनिए. यदि वहां पर कोई घोटाला है तो हम आपको पूरी इस सार्वजनिक प्लेटफॉर्म पे बता रहे हैं. भाजपा को चुनौती दे रहे हैं हम. आप घोटाले का आरोप लाइए और वहां पर छानबीन कीजिए आप.
Okay.
सबसे बड़ी बात
So instead of saying that let's not wreck Indian businesses by leveling charges like this, you are saying let's wreck businesses across states by leveling reckless charges across the board. So Anand Ranganathan, is this going to be the new Chowkidar Chor hai poll plank for 2024? 2019 it was Rafale. 2024 it's going to be the Adani Prime Minister so-called link and scam.
Good evening, Padmaja. I'm just baffled by the sheer illogic of this. According to some people on this panel, Adani is corrupt and criminal, but only when dealing with Modi. He is absolutely scrupulously honest when dealing with Mr. Gehlot or Mr. Baghel. Then there is no issue at all. Now, I don't expect this kind of interruption by Sanjay. You were not interrupted just because you're being exposed.
I'll come back to you, Mr. Jha. I'll come back. Let's talk on facts.
Now,
yes.
You know, this kind of rattle I expect after 30 seconds, not immediately. You know, please don't be so rattled. Just wait for your turn. It will come. Now, Padmaja, this is not the first time that Modi has been accused of corruption and criminality. Remember those grave allegations that were made against Modi by Rahul Gandhi and the other supporters here. Many of them are dynasty doormats on the issue of Rafale. The media helpfully chipped in to help Rahul Gandhi by cropping out shamelessly defense minister's signatures from official documents and claiming they were kickbacks in Rafale authorized at the highest level. Do you remember what came of it all? The Supreme Court disagreed with Rahul Gandhi, asked him to apologize, vindicated Modi.
Don't lie.
Navika,
Mr. Jha, I'll come back to you, please.
Lying. No fake
Please, can I please
Why?
have silence
See.
one at a time? Yes. Finish your point, Dr. Ranganathan.
Why is he so rattled? I mean, he's a suspended member of the Congress. He's not just joined Congress immediately, has he? Just wait for your turn. Your turn to embarrass yourself will come, Dr. Jha. Please wait. Now, what came of all those allegations? Did the Supreme Court say Modi is corrupt on Rafale? No, he didn't. Did the Supreme Court ask Rahul Gandhi to apologize on Chowkidar Chor? Yes, he did. And in the case of Adani, Padmaja, these male au-pairs, I'm sorry, there is no other word for it, these male au-pairs of Rahul Gandhi, who denigrated Adani Enterprises and derived vicarious pleasure in billions worth of investor wealth wiped out, do not even realize that Congress-ruled states like Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan are invested still massively in Adani to the tune of more than 85,000 crores. Mines, power plants, airports, you name it. So, dear dynasty doormats, if you think Adani is immoral and ethical, then till such time he is investigated as you are demanding him to be. Proprietary demands and common sense and logic which you don't have. That you cancel all those projects you have given him in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh and wait till he comes out of clean all this. Then you give him back these projects. जब तक वो नहीं करते किस मुंह से कह रहे हो अदानी करप्ट है? शर्म नाम की कोई चीज है कि नहीं?
Mr. Jha, and let me actually quote to you the extra mile that some Congress governments have gone to help out Mr. Adani. In Chhattisgarh in June 2022, 3 mining projects in Hasdeo Aran forest were put on hold. Why? Because environmental activists and tribals came out on the streets. The government actually helped mediate between the tribals so that the projects would be back on track. This seems so strange that here is a businessman who is, according to Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, the right-hand man of Mr. Modi, and yet you are helping him out. So either this is just about good business or bad politics. Sanjay Jha.
Padmaja, a short response to you and to the soiled boots of India's great dictator. The simple answer is this, Padmaja, that end of day, we have said so on multiple platforms on several occasions that the charges against Adani are of accounting fraud and stock price manipulation, right? These are clear. In the event that Adani has made any investment in any part of the country where he has indulged in, something unethical, where any politician from any party is involved in malfeasance, investigate that. But Adani and Modi...
But it has been investigated. SEBI investigated it.
Going on.
Sorry?
And
Padmaja,
can I please come in here?
Have you read today's reports?
Demand?
Padmaja, have you read today's reports?
Sanjay, please.
Let
please
me tell this gentleman who's a sandal or a slipper or a boot, I don't know.
Sanjay, please.
A sandal or a slipper or a chappal or a boot, I don't know. मैं तो डोरमैट हूँ, ये तो चप्पल है. लेकिन मैं आपको यही बता रहा हूँ. Adani's allegations, has people read the report today?
Yes, sir. Everyone has read the report. Okay, 10 seconds, Anand Ranganathan, then I'll bring in Tushar Gupta and Dr. Riju Datta. Sir,
yes,
none of us have been ex-bankers, but we've all read the report, I assure you. 30 seconds, Anand Ranganathan.
Let's talk about Sanjay, please. Please, Sanjay, please. You're a great friend. Please wait for your turn. Just 10 seconds. I won't take more than that, I promise you. Now, Padmaja, I'm going to give you two examples here. What does jurisprudence and political ethics and morality demand? If somebody is facing grave allegations of corruption, what happens in politics? That person is forced to step down. What happens if a judge is considered to be corrupt? He is forced to step down till such time those allegations are proven right or wrong. So I ask again, if you are saying Adani is corrupt, then please take back all the investments he has made in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh till such time he is proven guilty or innocent. Because
at the end of the day, the simple question anyone watching this will be asking, Vinod Agnihotri ji, is this really the kind of poll issue that is going to help out the Congress in particular and Team India in general? Let's take a look at the track record of how the suit boot ki sarkar attack has fared. In a Kolkata rally, Rahul Gandhi referred to NDA government as suit boot ki sarkar. Congress managed 44 seats in 2016 with a vote share of only 12%. Then you had him again saying Modi is not concerned with problems of farmers. Congress won 27 seats in the 2015 Bihar polls. Then he again brought it up ahead of the Meghalaya elections. The Congress won just 21 seats, and we all know 2019 elections what happened. Is this an attack which has never worked for the Congress, and yet Team India के ऊपर अब वही attack, वही poll plank दोबारा थोपा जा रहा है? Will it work?
Padmaja ji, actually I am unable to hear your voice clearly. There is some network problem, but what I could get, I will respond. This is the political issue. Basically, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and BJP is trying to make corruption as a core issue of 2024 election. That's why India, or particularly Congress, is responding and counter-attacking via this Adani issue. This is a counter-attack from the India Alliance, or you can say from Congress, that if you are alleging that we are corrupt, then you should investigate this Hindenburg report and Adani issue. This is I think in my view, it's a counter-attack just to make that corruption issue. I think because corruption issue is always in every election.
बट एग्जैक्टली विनोद जी, यही तो मेरा सवाल है कि ये काम कैसे करेगा? अगर आप कह रहे हैं कि देखो देखो ये बीजेपी करप्ट है, ये करप्ट लोगों के साथ घूमती है, और उसी आदमी के हाथ में हाथ मिलाकर आप भी खड़े हुए हैं. शरद पवार जी लिटरली वेंट एंड मेट मिस्टर अदानी. ही डिफेंडेड मिस्टर अदानी. यू हैड ममता जी मीटिंग द सेम पर्सन. तो करप्शन अटैक कैसे हो पाएगा?
नहीं, ये वैसे ही काम करेगा जैसे अजीत पवार पर प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने बोला करप्ट है और आज वो उनके साथ, ऐसे ही ये काम करेगा. तो करप्शन इशू जो है कभी भी, देखिए, राइट फ्रॉम पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू, करप्शन इशू ऑलवेज द पार्ट ऑफ द इलेक्शनरिंग एवरी टाइम. फ्रॉम मुंडला केस, फ्रॉम टीटी कृष्णाचारी, फ्रॉम जेपी मूवमेंट.
बट देयर इज अ डिफरेंस सर. अजीत पवार के खिलाफ ऑनगोइंग केस अभी भी है, एज अपोज टू गौतम अदानी के खिलाफ कभी कुछ निकला नहीं है. इनफैक्ट उनको क्लीन चिट मिली है. फिर कैसे करप्शन का आप चार्ज स्टिक कराएंगे?
नहीं, सवाल ये नहीं है कि क्लीन चिट मिली है. क्लीन चिट एक मामले में मिली है, ये दूसरा मामला आ गया, तो अपोजिशन तो काउंटर अटैक करेगा ही करेगा. क्या आप मतलब अगर उनके हाथ में कोई मुद्दा लगा है, मान लीजिए जो आज चलेगा, उसकी 2 अखबारों की रिपोर्ट है जो उस पर वो अगर यही आप पलट दीजिए, मान लीजिए कांग्रेस की सरकार होती और यही होता, तो आज बीजेपी वही करती जो कांग्रेस कर रही है. वो भी इसको उठाती. बोफोर्स में आखिर क्या निकला? बोफोर्स में आज तक कुछ नहीं निकला. अल्टीमेटली आज भी बोफोर्स पे कांग्रेस को घेरा जाता है. 2G में कोर्ट ने कहा कोई घोटाला ही नहीं हुआ. लेकिन 2G को लेकर आज भी जो है कांग्रेस को डॉक पे खड़ा किया जाता है, तो वही कांग्रेस कर रही है. Basically, Congress is playing the same game.
Okay, so Tushar Gupta, essentially keep throwing mud. Some of it is going to stick. Classic example, Bofors.
You know, because Sanjay Jha started with a lot of rhetorics and he claims he's an ex-banker. Let's talk about some numbers first, Padmaja. And let's talk about the numbers during the UPA era between 2007 and 2012. The CAGR in credit growth and banking system loans was 20%. तो एक जो कंपाउंडेड एनुअल ग्रोथ रेट था बैंकिंग लोन्स का वो था 20%. देश के टॉप 10 कॉन्ग्लोमरेट्स को जो लोन दिए गए उसमें ग्रोथ थी 40%. और उन टॉप 10 इंडस्ट्रीज में, उन टॉप 10 एंटरप्राइजेस में जो सबसे ऊपर नाम था वो था अडानी एंटरप्राइजेस, जिनका क्रेडिट 2007 में वाज ₹44 बिलियन which increased to ₹695 billion by 2012. A CAGR of 74% under the Congress rule. Now, Mr. Jha here says that there is stock manipulation being done by Adani, due to which they are able to make a case for raising more debt, due to which they get more credit from the banks, and thus there is the entire financial system. That is what the claim of the Congress has been. They say that the investor wealth is at risk. आपके UPA में तो Adani को सबसे ज्यादा credit expansion मिला.
You are saying that when the Congress was in government, the same business group who they are calling corrupt today and corporate crony of Modi government was getting loans from banks.
Absolutely, and massive growth. 74% CAGR between 2007 and 2012, and this is coming from a report by Credit Suisse, which they were very happy to quote back in February. When it was about to making their case. But let's talk about Sanjay Jha's argument even further. He says कि stock manipulation हो रहा है, share price inflated है. चलिए इनको benefit of doubt देते हैं, sir, share price inflated है. मतलब company के financials खोखले, the company is very weak at its core. Why would any Congress government, forget what they are building, be it a renewable or a mining plant, forget everything. If you believe within your core of the party that the industry, the company you're dealing with is corrupt at its core, it's weak, the share price is being manipulated, it's inflated, the company does not have the financials to sustain the project, why would you do business with them?
Here's the thing, Tushar Gupta, you know, you being a business journalist understand this. Let's look at it politically. What Agnihotri ji said, he said ki to the lay person all that matters is the opposition is saying ye corrupt hai, crony capitalist hai. At some point in 2024, people will begin to believe कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ है.
चलिए इस पे भी बात करते हैं. फरवरी में जब हिंडनबर्ग रिपोर्ट आई, we all saw what happened to the Adani stock prices at the share market. That is where a lot of average voters are, common man is, investor is, the retail investors are. That is where the pulse of the nation is if we talk economically. आज ये रिपोर्ट आती है FT में और गार्डन में. What happened to Adani stock prices? Down by just 3%, which it will recover. The company was very quick to dismiss the claims, and the people who are defending the Congress here are either engaging in rhetorics or saying, अरे मुद्दा है 24 तक चला लेते हैं, चल गया तो ठीक, वरना अगर आज भाजपा होती तो वो भी ऐसे करती.
Okay, quick response, Vinod ji. Then I want to bring in Riju Datta and Mr. Sanjay Jha again. Quick response, Vinod ji. Vinod ji.
जी. Actually, Beaufort case is a very classic case. I was covering Vishwa Pratap Singh in every meeting during 1989. उनकी जेब से पर्चा होता था, इसमें बोफोर्स के अकाउंट के नंबर हैं और मैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनने के बाद नंबर खोलूंगा. लोगों ने भरोसा कर लिया. People believe that VP Singh has the number, अकाउंट नंबर. बट निकला क्या? कुछ नहीं. वो विनोद राय की रिपोर्ट 1,66,000 करोड़ का घोटाला on the 2G scam. The court said there is no घोटाला. तो मैं कह रहा हूँ जो आपने कहा ना, people start, लोग भरोसा करने लगते हैं कि हाँ भाई बार बार अडानी ने गड़बड़ किया या अजीत पवार ने गड़बड़ किया या इसने गड़बड़ किया, तो लोगों में ये हो जाता है. कुछ लोग मानते हैं, कुछ लोग नहीं मानते हैं. तो अपोजिशन की स्ट्रेटजी ये है.
तो पॉलिटिक्स यही है, आनंद रंगनाथन, दैट माहौल बन जाएगा. That basically is the gist of it. माहौल बना रहे हैं डॉक्टर रंगनाथन.
With due respect to Agnihotri ji, is a very senior person. I have great respect for him, but please do not draw any equivalence with whatever Adani is doing and Bofors, even though I am absolutely not backing for Adani. If he is corrupt, he should go to jail. And by the way, Padmaja, Supreme Court has not really vindicated Adani at all, so is not given clean sheet as yet. Now, as far as Bofors is concerned, you would know, Agnihotri ji, there was irrefutable evidence brought out by Chitra Subramaniam that Quattrochi, through AE services, obtained kickbacks. Irrefutable evidence. So please do not draw any equivalence. that the government, both BJP and Congress did not have is different. Is different that they...
The same...
No. You can either go by evidence. That's why are you going to say that A. Raja was also innocent? There was no 2G scam because court acquitted him. Court can acquit. That's a different matter. But
ultimately, we will go to the court.
Ultimately.
Okay.
Mr. N. Ram has a detailed report on Rafael. N. Ram has written a detailed report on Rafael. But we go by the Supreme Court verdict that there is no corruption. So ultimately, we will go by the court now.
Okay, it is about the perception that is created, but are you willing to take that risk, Dr. Riju Datta, of an corruption campaign or a corruption charge against the government, which almost seems like a rerun of 2019? Dr. Riju Datta.
No, first of all, it's not a rerun of 2019. Secondly, politics. In this panel, I am the only layman because I'm far from a banker. Neither I have any knowledge about economics. But I will
I'm
speak
also
from
a layman.
Pure political background, and I will talk about layman. Yes. So what I am understanding of this entire situation is कि अच्छे दिन आए ना आए आपके अच्छे दोस्त जरूर होने चाहिए. That is the first thing I have understood. Second thing is being mostly the left loonies, but I don't know how it has started or how it has become. Apparently being rich in this country is a crime nowadays. I do not see any crime in somebody being rich. Mr. Gautam Adani is one of the biggest investors who has acquired the second largest coal block in Asia, in West Bengal. But we opposed it. When the Hindenburg record came out, the report came out.
Left loonies. You just
called
CPIM left loonies, Dada. You just
there
called
are
them
some left loonies and they are loonies.
And since we are talking of left loonies, can I please bring your attention to Pinarayi Vijayan here, smiling with the chairperson of the Adani Group. Those sabhi ke hote hain.
I don't know who interrupted me, but I did not speak for half an hour, so I'll expect that much of courtesy that please do not interrupt me. By left loonies, I mean the people, the left loonies, I mean the people, the left or the extreme left or the radical left loonies who are present in Jadavpur University, who are sloganing that I am a declared Maoist. I'm talking mainly of those lot. But anyways, coming back to the gist of it, Trinamool Congress opposed when the Hindenburg report came out. We said we want a court-monitored probe. The court-monitored probe happened. And if the court and the SEBI, by SEBI's report, if the court says that Mr. Gautam Adani is a corrupt man, he should go behind bars, we will find a different investor. But until and unless Mr. Gautam Adani is being framed or put behind bars by the highest court of law of the land, I cannot call him corrupt, just the same way I cannot call Shivraj Singh
that is fabulous. Then what do you make of what Mr. Gandhi said today? Because remember, Dr. Riju Datta, today he didn't say it from a Congress platform. The logo behind him was of Team India, of which you are a part. So it will be seen as an endorsement by you.
Again, I will say this, and again I will say this, that whatever reports are coming, whatever facts are coming, they are all coming out in the public domain. I don't know what BJP or the right-wing trolls of the BJP is going to manipulate that, but these are facts out in the public domain. It's for the Adani Group to say that these facts are wrong or prove.
But they have said the facts are wrong, and yet your alliance partners are going ahead and saying that this is a scam. At the behest of the Modi government. Are you going to bring it up? Already we have Tushar Gupta. Let's look at it this politically. Already you have got two outliers here. TMC refusing to condone what Rahul Gandhi is saying. And already Sharad Pawar has dismissed the allegations in April itself as a hit job. And tomorrow these people are going to be on the same platform.
Padmaja, I'll take 10 seconds.
TMC is opposing Congress on...
No, Padmaja, please, I raise my hand. Do not put words in my mouth. I'm offended by that. Please don't put words in my mouth. Okay. I am saying...
Let me put it simply, you answer in yes or no. Rahul Gandhi says Adani Group corrupt, carried out scam. You are saying Adani Group cannot be called corrupt just as yet. Sharad Pawar said Adani Group is not corrupt. Yes or no?
Yes.
Trinamool Congress is saying Adani Group should be investigated and he should be pronounced by the court of
But it is being
court of the
investigated.
land, and we will
Forget
that.
the BJP,
There is
Padmaja.
something
It's the
really
TMC
fishy.
which is going to give the Congress
So let
sleepless
it be
nights.
investigated.
I mean, one has to appreciate the honesty from Riju, who said that I am from TMC and I do not understand economics. But it must be...
And that left is loony.
And it must be recalled what Mamta Banerjee said at one of the media conclaves in 2022. She said politics is something different, industry is something different. If you want to grow, you have to involve all. You have to divide the fruit for all. I do not mind who A is, who B is, who C is, who D is. I care for who matters. Now, Riju Datta, your alliance partners are saying Adani is corrupt, he's a friend of Narendra Modi. Your chief minister rightfully says, I will do business with him, he is good for the growth of the state. Where do you stand within this alliance? Because tomorrow when you sit down with your alliance partners and, claim all the unity and all the patriotism as you did today, earlier today, how are you going to have a principled stance on Adani? Because your key alliance partner says Adani is corrupt. You want to do business with him. How are you going to? And this is when the Congress does business with Adani.
And what is the common minimum program going to say about this, Sunil Singh? Ultimately, it's all like, oh, this is internal democracy, but this is not just one of the issues. This is the main issue which has been vocalized today by the face of the Congress today, which is Rahul Gandhi. Is the JDU going to support him on it?
Look, our stand is clear on the issue of corruption. If there is corruption charges by whatever agencies, Caesar should come out clean.
No, but do you think there is corruption?
Should be held, and what is the problem?
Sir, when you go into election, you cannot tell a rally, if there is corruption, let's do this. Either you go into a political rally and say, ये सरकार चोर है, ये बिजनेसमैन चोर है और ये सब आपके से चोरी कर रहे हैं. आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि शायद ये सरकार चोर है, शायद वो चोरी कर रही है, आप उनको वोट मत दो.
लोग मान जाएं.
आप क्या बोलेंगे किसी रैली में?
No.
चोरी हो रही है, चौकीदार चोर है या नहीं है चोर? चौकीदार शायद चोर है cannot be a poll campaign.
Look, Chowkidar has always a double face towards corruption. On 3-4 days, he talks to NCP leaders 70,000 crore issue.
Sir, अभी इस मुद्दे का बताइए. Tell us about this particular campaign.
In BJP made
in
a minister.
2019, Congress went and said on the back of Rafale, Chowkidar Chor hai. Today is Team India willing to go along with the Congress if tomorrow they say, according to our Adani reports, Chowkidar Chor hai. Does the JDU say हाँ है या नहीं है?
Look, Adani's report has come. It's a controversy. It should be thoroughly probed. If people want joint parliamentary probe, there is no harm in it. The way
But Sharad Pawar said in April कि JPC तो एकदम बकवास आइडिया है.
Speaks volumes.
BJP ने नहीं बोला. Sharad Pawar said JPC is pointless.
It is his individual thing.
But he is a part of your team.
It is his individual thing, but that matter should be probed thoroughly. That matter should be probed thoroughly. And as for the narrative like Chowkidar Chor hai, it's for the top leadership. They are going to meet tomorrow. They have to come out with the common minimum program. They will come out with the seat sharing. They will come out with the one flag or whatever it is.
Sir, that is exactly what we are asking you as the official spokesperson, that what is the stand your party is going to take. Let me get a quick response from Dr. Anand Ranganathan. It's going to be indeed interesting because already the discomfort is showing.
No, absolutely. I think this is the big problem when even yesterday one of the spokespersons for the India Alliance said कि our only overriding objective is Modi ko harana hai. This is a problem because it is 26 against 1 and people are seeing through this. Desh ko nahi jitana hai, Modi ko harana hai. The two things don't make sense and Riju Datta has said it. Please sir, I didn't interrupt you sir. अच्छा 28 हो गए अब दो पता नहीं कहां से आ गए ये
28 sir. Not 26.
Okay, sir. All right. My apologies. It's 28. कल को 30 हो जाएंगे. But the fact remains that Riju Datta on public television has said that we disagree with Congress. There are so many issues like that. And when you talk about disagreement on corruption, that is the biggest hammer blow, Padmaja, because you cannot have 28 people disparate views on corruption. It has to be one view.
Mr. Sanjay Jha, respond. Then I'm coming to you, Riju Datta. Yes.
Padmaja, here are two things. You have a apparently a business journalist on the show. Let me tell him something here. The man is ranked 609 in 2014. In 8 years, becomes the third richest man in the world. Business journalist, kindly tell me what rational economics and commercial engineering.
Hold on. I don't even want to go down that path. I will just quote to you what Riju Datta said. It's not a crime to earn money. Your alliance partner has just said on national TV, I don't understand when did it become a crime to make money in India.
Okay, so
TMC spokesperson said it. Not so-called business journalist as you are dryly referring to.
Let me answer you in simple terms.
Yes.
Riju Datta is absolutely right that is it a crime to make money? Not at all. But it is a crime when you take public assets, when you do it through dubious means, when you acquire airports, when you have no experience.
Says who? That is through dubious means.
Says you don't have the expertise. It is a crime.
I'm beginning to understand why the Congress got rid of Sanjay Jha. It's very, very clear why the Congress...
Let's not make it personal.
You know,
Please,
because he took his life first. He took his life first. What I'm trying to explain to Mr. Jha here and the audience at large is that the Congress, which accuses of Adani of rising to unimaginable proportions post 2014, was the same party under whose government between 2007 and 2012, the Adani Enterprises registered a CAGR of 74% when it came to borrowing from the banks. It went from rupees 44 billion in 2007 to rupees 695 billion in 2012. Now, if your concern is that how did Adani rise to a certain stature post 2014, perhaps the question you need to ask is, why was the Congress government then overlooking the amount of credit being issued to Adani Enterprises, who was amongst the top 10 enterprises which registered a CAGR of 40% in credit growth, which was a precursor for the banking crisis and the NPA crisis that was discovered in 2016.
And that is not the only thing. In fact, the Adani Group stock, Adani Enterprises, had rallied during the UPA regime between May 2004 and May 2014. The shares of Adani Enterprises soared by 2,186%. If rise in net value itself is a sign of corruption, according to you, sir, then the maximum corruption was happening between 2004 and 2014. I'm going to end it at that, but I think it's quite apparent where there are certain cracks which are already beginning to emerge on this central issue. It is an uncomfortable issue. It has been since the time that it was first raised as the major poll plank by the Congress, a rerun of Chowkidar Chor hai. But is Team India going to rally around it? Tomorrow could be decisive. We'll see what the Common Minimum Program says about it. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for joining me.